Over the weekend I watched Christopher Robin. I really enjoyed the film. On the following day I found myself thinking of Winnie the Pooh and of his great advice about life. Think it over, think it under. I do a lot of soul searching. Sometimes I do it in meditation, but most often I find the answers to my questions in nature. Lately I've been rather anxious about the future. Unfortunately, magpie and the paper daisies reminded me of the importance of standing still, acknowledging my thoughts and fears, and being present. The answers to my bigger questions will come. But for now, it is enough to be present and to enjoy the simple beauties of life. So this week, Wonder Weavers, I have continued to work in the parlour, and I actually made a miniature upright piano, which wasn't the original plan. The original plan was to start making the sofa and the armchair, but this week it marks the anniversary of the passing of both my grandmother and my mother, and both of these beautiful women played piano, and I have many beautiful memories of watching them play. So my mum loved to play two songs. If she was feeling a little bit stressed, it would be Ave Maria or The Entertainer from The Sting. And so I thought that making the piano would be a beautiful way to honour those memories and to celebrate both my mother and my grandmother. I think this is the incredible power of miniature making, and in fact any art form, is that we can express what we're really feeling. And I've talked about my journey with grief in some other vlogs, but making art has helped me not only express my grief at times, but also celebrate the beautiful moments that I had, as well as daydream and imagine a brighter future, not just for myself, but hopefully for others and humanity. So I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you, and I'd also love to hear how your projects are going. I know that some of you are in the planning stage. I'd love to hear how you're going with that, and I'd also love to hear about what else you're discovering. Are you exploring your garden at the moment, or have you found a little sanctuary in nature? Please share. I love to hear from you. Enjoy. So for this creative adventure or project, I have branched out and I'm using balsa wood and wooden planks from Craft Corner. I'm curious, Wonder Weavers, have you used balsa wood before? And I have to confess, I'm not sure that I really love it. It's very, very soft. It cuts okay, but often it doesn't cut straight and it splinters. But regardless, I'm using it for the piano. I start by first of all working out the dimensions of the upright piano. The space where I want to place it is about 12 centimeters in length. An upright piano can vary in height and width. I've worked out that for a miniature piano it would be around 12 centimeters high by about 10 centimeters wide. So a piano should have a nice cozy fit in the parlour next to the door. When I think about creating a piano, for some reason I think about making a series of boxes or rectangular shapes. So the first rectangle that I'm going to assemble will represent the back and the top part of the piano along with its sides. And the piano sides are around 2 centimeters in width. The second box, or rectangular shape, is where the keyboard is going to sit. For the base of the keyboard frame, I've cut a rectangular piece of wood around 5 centimeters in width. Then for the front bottom frame of the piano, I simply add another rectangular piece of wood similar in size to the top frame. Next, I cut 2 pieces of dowel, and these will be the front legs of the piano. I would like this piano to have a more rustic look, while also being influenced by the Victorian era. From what I can glean from photographs of Victorian pianos, the front legs of upright pianos were more ornate, with more curvilinear contours. So I cut grooves in the dowel with scissors and then round them with sandpaper. So once I'm happy with the shape of the piano legs, I glue them to the base of the keyboard's frame. For the piano stool, I cut a small rectangular piece of wood, and then on the bottom side of the stool, I glue balsa wood sticks. There are different ways to make a piano keyboard. For example, I've seen people make piano keys using rectangular pieces of shell. I'm using clay. First I measure the piano keyboard's frame, and it's about 9.5 centimeters long and 2 centimeters deep. After rolling out flat a ball of polymer clay, I then cut a rectangular piece, and this will represent the keyboard's base. You can make the keys in a variety of ways. One way is to just score straight lines into the clay. Here I'm using a ruler to guide me, and I'm taking my time. Alternatively, you can cut small, thin, rectangular pieces of clay and then join them to the base of the keyboard. One of the challenges of clay is keeping the keys straight, so take your time and try and straighten them as you go. You follow essentially the same steps to make the black keys. However, the black keys represent the half step intervals. These keys are shorter and sit in between the white keys in a pattern that looks like 2 black keys, space, 3 black keys. Once I'm happy with the keyboard, I bake it in the oven for around 15 minutes. I then glue the keyboard to the piano's frame, and also 2 small rectangular pieces of wood which represent the sides of the keyboard. Lastly, I touch up the paint, add the final wooden piece for the keyboard's frame, and add a small clay bee that I made from a stencil as decoration. So there you go, Wonder Weavers. The parlour now has a piano. Oh, listen. I I think someone's playing the piano already. Robin, is that you? I hope you enjoyed this vlog, Wonder Weavers. Thank you again for supporting my channel. Meanwhile, I'd love to hear from you, and I'm curious, what is your favourite song? And perhaps you'd like to take a moment today to turn the song on and have a bit of a dance and a sing-along. I think we all need to take time out and just play and enjoy the moment. So take care, Wonder Weavers, stay well, and don't forget to play. Ciao.